Recording in progress. Welcome, everyone. My name is Shannon Miller, and I am your host. And I am joined with my co-host, Miss Jamie Runco, and we have our wonderful guest, Miss Alexandria Reed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. I'm super excited to have you here. Alexandria is going to tell us about her entrepreneurial journey, and we're going to talk about a little bit about building her brand because you were actually one company and then you started a second company and then rebranded yourself and had all of this wonderful stuff happen. Um,
Yes.
so it's called Pure Elegance, right? Do I have the name
Mm,
of that right? Okay, I just want to make sure.
yes.
And
I like that.
go ahead. I didn't move the mic over, so we'll just do that real quick. What's the story behind the name?
Honestly, I used AI to come up with the name.
Woo! I love it.
Oh, here we
Yes.
are with the AI.
Yeah, I don't think hard
We were
anymore.
just talking about that before the show took
We were
off.
just talking
Right.
about AI. So
Yeah,
you
I
just
wanted
plugged it in there and it just gave you a bunch of options to pick?
well, it asked me some of the things that I wanted to have in the name, like because initially it was Alexandria's Cleaning Company.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted it to be more professional because, you don't hear like big major companies being named after anyone.
Right.
So
Coca-Cola,
yeah.
right?
So I wanted to give something that was like luxury, because I feel like cleaning is a luxury, even though we're an essential, it's also a luxury. Like I'd be jealous of my clients sometimes when they're just kicked back on the couch, feet up, and like I'm cleaning.
Who
We've all been
knows?
there. Let me lift your legs, vacuum under, put your legs back.
I feel like it also targets a certain demographic,
Definitely,
that captures a certain and that's what we essentially are trying to do.
for
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure. That
So
the eco-conscious connoisseurs and
exactly. Yeah.
So what role has marketing and branding played with building and growing your company?
I feel like it's definitely helped people take me more seriously, understand that this is an actual business versus me just doing this as a side hustle. Really popular in my area. We have hundreds of cleaning ladies. Nothing wrong with being the cleaning lady, but
There's a difference,
yeah,
definitely.
There's a difference between
huge
having skin in the game,
Mhm.
which is skin in the game is what being insured, bonded. You can be bonded even as a solo cleaner.
You can.
Um,
yes,
that I think bonding it builds trust. That's an automatic trust ish, thing with clients. I think, but yeah, I think it definitely sends a message.
it does. It does.
So how has business been going for you though?
It's been going good, much better. I know initially one of the big things I struggled with was the structure and just being a business owner. When I look back at that 2022 Alexandria, how did
I
we make it?
we kind of I think we jumped on the same bandwagon around the same time. I mean, right around, I mean, it could have been a couple of months apart, but it was about the same year, the same time. And we've watched each other grow. And
Yes.
I remember all of us just coming together on these Zoom conferences that we would have.
How wild was that?
It's so crazy, but it was also cool and it we could do like we could tell each other our weekly struggles, and that was a hard it was hard to learn to structure.
For sure.
That
For
was
sure.
such a growing pain, but we did,
Yes.
and you did it. And how because I thought about rebranding, but then I looked at kind of like the cost and I'm like, I gotta just keep flowing with this right now. Um, is rebranding yourself, what kind of steps do you have to do in order to, because you wiped Alexandria clean off the map and introduced Pure Elegance. What kind of steps did you take to get Pure Elegance going?
Um,
Gosh. A
Well,
lot.
now, I mean, now that you're there's rebranding is
That's huge.
because now you
it
have all
is.
you know how to structure your business. You learned in everything with Alexandria, right?
Right.
Alexandria cleaning, and then you incorporated that and took it from Alexandria cleaning over to Pure Elegance rebranding. What were some of the
Yes.
steps that you took?
Just the branding itself, just a new look, a new feel. Like you said, definitely more structured. I'm really big on like automating as much as I can. I like things to be digital. I've figured out a lot of ways to make that happen.
Yes.
I'd say those are the biggest things.
Yeah, digital is big, isn't it?
It is.
What
It
were some of
is.
the
Digital.
appliances that you used to make everything run smoothly?
Oh, can you say that again? I'm sorry, it cut out.
It's okay. What were some of the things that you used to make things more digitally? You said you figured out some digital things. Why don't you share those with us for someone who might be trying to figure out rebranding or trying to do that, or what were some of the things that you made more digital to make it more streamlined for you?
Like the quoting process,
Mhm.
I was using the jobber forms, which those are great for like a quick quote, but I have put if I can get my words out. I use JotForm to make something more personalized,
Okay.
where if someone is looking for like a quick ballpark figure, they just have to answer like I think 4 questions. And then if they want something that's more accurate and detailed, there's like a longer survey. And then there's an
Okay.
option for a phone call. So if someone is just, not really tech savvy, or if they just don't feel like it, um, I give them a call when I have a chance, and I send out my quotes through Jobber. I've actually been able to take DocuSign out of the process. So now,
Yay.
yes,
That makes it way cheaper too.
it
Well,
does. On that
yeah.
Grow plan
Mhm.
with Jobber, you can attach your terms and conditions to PDF. So I make sure that I put that in there, and I got this message that I send all my clients where it's like, we're thrilled to let you know we have this date available at this time, and all that jazz. And at the end, it tells them by accepting the quote that they are approving acknowledgement of the terms and conditions. It sounds nice on paper.
You'd be surprised how many people still don't read those darn things once they get them, and then they have an issue, and then they're like, "Well," I'm like, "Did you check the box? Did you not see or read? Or, did you not get a chance? You know that they didn't, but you're like, you just want to say, did you not read what you just signed?" But it happens. It totally happens. So I like the jot form option. Is that like embedded in your website?
Yes.
Awesome. So we'll have to check
Yes.
that out. And that's pureelegance.com.
PureEleganceClean.com.
Okay, just so others can check it out. You get some extra traffic to your site, which will be good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome. And then what kind of systems and tools, what other types of systems and tools have you implemented to make your business run smoothly?
I also post my job listings on Indeed, and I have a Google form that's also embedded on my website so that people can fill out the actual application. Um, I found that that's a really good way to kind of weed out people who are more serious. The application that I got from the Structure and Scale Profit
Training.
class. I always try to figure out the acronym. I'm like, how do you say it?
I only know it because I created the course. The Structure, Skill, and Profit Cleaning Business Academy. So that's SSPCA, right? it's my course, right? Here, I can write it out. Let's see. Structure, scale, profit, cleaning business. Yeah, it's SSPCBA for those who are listening. It's early in the morning for all three of us.
Yes.
So that's awesome. I love that they can go right to your website and fill out an application. It does prove that they are being serious for that. And then what are you doing to ensure consistency of the quality of cleaning that you guys are providing? Are you still it's just you and a small crew, right? I'm trying to remember. You have to forgive me.
Yes, it is. I just recently took on a subcontractor. She
Okay.
has her own company, but I think that it'll be a good fit for those heavier jobs that come up
Need
every
to
now and then.
hands, right?
Yep,
Yeah, extra set of hands is always nice.
Oh, it's lovely.
it
I
is.
have move
So
out
you
clean. That's
you
like
ended up going with the subcontractor route. I remember,
This is my first time.
yeah.
because she had W-2s before, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
I think this is going to be easier this way, and then you can segue back in whatever direction you choose to go for sure.
Yes. I'm thinking I want to do half and half. Certain things have
A hybrid.
subcontractors. Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Same.
like I like the hybrid model, definitely. It's
Uh,
more flexible, it gives you more opportunity, and then there's not the pressure of constantly producing hours for people because it does. If you're not groomed, for those of you who are new to this, if you're not groomed and conditioned to the ebbs and flows of the cleaning industry, because it comes in like waves or the tide. It can be a little nerve-wracking having to come up with so many houses to cover $20,000 a week in payroll. It can be a little like white knuckle-ish. So I like the hybrid approach for sure. And then in the past you had training opportunities. You don't have to train any 1099s. So what is the most valuable lesson you have learned as a cleaning business owner? I'm cheating off my sheet if you guys are watching this. What's the most valuable lesson you've learned as a cleaning business owner?
um, Create boundaries. Definitely have to create boundaries. You will run yourself rugged,
Mhm.
mentally, physically. Yeah. I almost took myself out with, as you know, all those fun moments, back aches, and I'm still working like 12 hours and 2 o'clock in the morning, which, yeah, no.
You've had some rough days
Yeah.
a couple times. We've all done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where, I remember at one point my son was just getting ready to graduate high school, and I had not enough people and too many jobs, and I'm out there working in my business instead of on it. And he goes, "Mom, are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm just really tired." And he's just like, so he's like powering through like 3 or 4 jobs for me. And he's like, "Okay, we're done." I'm like, "Oh, thank God." But it was just, in that moment, you're like, "Okay, how do I not do this again?" And then it took some serious, like, taking a step back, looking at it, trying to figure out what works better. And then it never happened again. But I totally, when people tell me, "Oh my gosh, I've worked a 15-hour day and I have to be back tomorrow morning," I'm like, you need to, if you go down, the whole ship goes with you.
Yes.
And there's no one, the client doesn't care. They're just looking to have their house service. They don't care that you're a human being, that you have little babies or any of this other stuff going on. They just want
And
somebody to come clean
yeah,
up.
they want theirs cleaned and they think they're the only person that you have whenever
That's why
you
they
have
call you at 9 o'clock at night.
a client list of 200 plus.
Right. So
Yes.
So having
I
clear
do.
boundaries, what other advice could you give the newbies if they're coming up through the ranks?
Um, Honestly, I would take your class as early as possible. That structuring class, it's really a lifesaver. Like having the SOPs that are already, built for you, having these terms and conditions, even your agreements, just that whole process will save someone a lot of heartache.
Right.
And
It
you
can,
actually have to implement these, right?
right.
I
I can
mean,
give
you
it,
Yes.
but you
actually
have to use
do the
them.
work. It's not like here. I I'm going to buy this course and magic's going to happen. You actually got to,
Hey, what's going on, Shannon? My name's Mike. This is my brother Steve, and we own S&M Cleaning Solutions. And we just want to tell you thank you from the bottom of our hearts. The 30-day sprint was amazing, and you really helped out our company a lot. Thank
the
you.
work begins.
Yes.
It's like, here's some direction of how to get to where you need to go, but you got to do the work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely.
You got to do the work. That's the most important part. And it can be overwhelming, especially because everyone thinks that, oh, I'm going to get into the cleaning industry. And there's like this, I'm just going to do this thing. And it doesn't always work out like you anticipate. So you're trying to figure out how to fit the pieces of the puzzle together. And then the boundary thing is huge with the contracts and everything else. Because if you don't have those, as we've all experienced, that people overstep every opportunity you give them.
They do. They do.
Every time. People are like, because I've had people go, God, you're really like mean. I'm like, I'm not mean. I've just been doing this so long, and I know I see the patterns, right? It's the same MO from person to person, and you see the different personality types, and you know that a certain personality type is going to go further than this other personality type. So your boundaries have to be a little more firmer, because they'll be like, well, why didn't you? There was a speck of dust right there. And you're like, duh, I didn't see it. Didn't you do it with me?
Yeah. And then when you bend those rules, you got to bend it for everybody, because what makes this person so special? And then you just find yourself like, how did I get here?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have, I mean, we live in such interesting times. I think that a lot of people look for opportunities to take advantage of small business owners. And I know I've said this before, but we are the 23rd trade. We're mostly women-based trade. I mean, no other period of time in the history of America has there been a trade run almost entirely by women. So there's this whole dynamic that we want to, because we're groomed societal dictates that we people please. So this is the perfect industry because we want to people please to satisfy that need, but it's when you go past those boundaries of people pleasing that people get like, how many times have we heard it's not that dirty, you can just broom sweep it?
That's actually something that I take as a red flag.
Right.
I experience the opposite. Like, I have people that are like, oh my God, my house is horrible. And I'm like, all right, brace myself. And I get in there and I'm like,
What? What?
just like the ones where it's like,
Oh,
oh, it'll just be a quick wipe down.
I love it.
You
I
should
love
like
whenever
an
they say
hour.
that.
I don't understand why it took you so long. It wasn't that dirty. And you're like, oh my gosh, this was horrible. People, it's always the panicked call from the cleaning tech. I need to talk to you right now. I need to talk to you right now, right now. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
can you-
4:30 in the morning.
oh yeah, that's awful too.
Yeah.
Can you share a moment of success that made you feel proud of what you built?
Yes. Last year I actually entered a competition here for business owners. It was kind of like a Shark Tank type deal.
I
It
was
was a
so proud of
pitch.
you for doing that.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so you entered the competition and what happened?
I
What did
pitched my
you have to do?
business. You had to come up with a business plan for, showing your business to the panel. And based off the business plan, if you were, I think the top four, yeah, top four were selected to move to the next round where we go into the Shark Tank type environment. And I got up there, pitched my business, and I did win fourth place. I didn't talk enough about my financials. I was so focused on like getting up there and just actually doing it that I
Yeah. That was
You did it. That's
that
all
was
that
big
matters.
for you.
for
If it,
sure.
if anybody doesn't know, Alexandria has been so shy. This is such a great growth. It's just wonderful watching you grow like you have and coming out of your shell. And it's really beautiful to watch.
Thank you.
I
Yeah, it's
concur.
really a beautiful thing whenever you see somebody's head just keep raising up a little higher and walking out on
Yes.
the stage like you have. You've got a presence about you, and it's a really beautiful thing. So
Thank you.
uh what do you wish you knew when you started that you know now?
Um, research is actually needed for cleaning because let me tell you, that first move out clean I did, oof.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
I bet.
I think the red flag for the client should have been when I charged that low and she was like, "Are you sure?" I charged 160 for the whole thing. She's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was the red flag for both of us."
Are you sure? But hey, you know what? It got the practice. You learned a lot, didn't you?
I did. I did. I did. And I'm so glad, like when I see a lot of the, we all see the famous like toilet bowl cleaner, oven cleaner and bathtubs, like, oh my goodness. But I'm
Oh,
super big on like, let's make sure that we're reading the label. Like I just found out that, oh my gosh, not long ago, that the
yeah.
Swiffers, you pop them and they fluff out.
I didn't know that.
Me neither.
What? Wait, what? Huh?
Because the Swiffer dusters, once you
Yeah.
attach the actual refills,
Yeah. Yeah.
you like pop the stick and it'll make it fluff out. I seen someone post it and I was like, wow, it is on the box.
Is it a
No,
button
it's
push,
not.
or do you pull it out and make it pop? How does that? I mean, do you slam it against something? How do you make it pop?
I'm like, I
Like
didn't
once you
know.
stick them onto like the little teeth thing,
Uh-huh.
I just like take the stick and you like pop it against your hand lightly and
Uh-huh.
you'll see it like fluff out. And I was like, wow,
Oh, ooh.
I had no
interesting.
idea.
Then
Absolutely
you kind of grow into a more a for real professional learning acidic and more I learned more about germs and mold and how mold is porous and what actually kills mold bleach and all that stuff. You know, we end up growing and evolving and then yeah, putting that in place,
Yeah. Hmm.
definitely. So what kind of plans are you trying to expand? What's your next goal? What's up next for Pure Elegance?
In the next year, honestly, I hope to be able to add on either pressure washing or carpet cleaning. I'm kind of going back and forth. We can do like, patios and stuff like that right now, but I'd like to be able to do like the sides of houses and
Yes.
pressure washing
Yeah.
is the way to go.
Yeah.
It's
I
less
love
of an investment for sure, because carpet cleaning is like a $60,000 investment if you buy a rig. Depends on if you have a mounted or unmounted. There's so many options. But yeah, I would do pressure washing. It's more specialized. Gotta know,
yes.
you know what I mean? There's practice involved too. I can see you out there with the.
and then they have those
Too
cool little
strong.
attachments for like sidewalks and stuff. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
for those I've seen them like out in front of the banks. They want to make sure that their sidewalks are all nice and clean, and they have those. I don't know. And you can get all sorts of add-ons for those.
I've started
But
to look into a little bit of it.
that sounds fun.
Plus, you get to play with
Yes.
water. Who doesn't want to do that?
I just,
Let's see
you
what this
know,
does. Meow. I love it. Absolutely love it.
yeah, that's great. So
Yes.
what's motivating you um to keep going even through like your hardest days?
Honestly, I was drowning trying to do 9 to 5 work as a single mom. Uh they don't really make those for us as single moms out here. Kids
Right.
get sick, you're dealing with stuff, and I mean, got kids to take care of, so but it's funny starting off thinking about how I started this as like something that I thought would be a side hustle, and then now I'm out here with the business and actual mission because I do like to focus on mental health. Like,
Yeah.
cleanliness and mental health go hand in hand. So
They do. It really does. I was excited in 2020 when they named us essential, but when you really look at the impacts of people being, I don't want to say forced, air quotes, when people were required to stay home, there was a lot of stuff that went down. A lot. I mean, we won't get into the ugliness of COVID or any of that other stuff, but cleaning and your mental health are hand in hand, and one holds the hand of the other, and you cannot be in your own environment and not be impacted by everything that's going on. I mean, I saw a reel the other day, and it was a hoarding situation. And just the one room, the person had claimed that there are three of them in hazmat suits. They've spent 30 hours cleaning the one room. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm trying to scope out to see how, me, I'm like, I want to know all of the details. I want to know how big the room is. I want to know how many bags of trash they took out. I want to know how many labor hours they spent. I want to know what they made. I want to know all of it. So I'm like trying to calculate behind the scenes, but I was just, and it was a military person, and I felt really bad because and I've always been an advocate for, especially when you're serving our country, you should get automatic mental health decompression counseling therapy, whatever they're calling it nowadays. Because it does affect you, and it affects not only you but your family unit, and there's just certain things that you just can't overcome by yourself. That's why I'm really big into collaboration. Collaboration is huge. So coming together as a community of cleaners and helping people. I know that there's a couple of non-for-profits. There's Servant's Heart, right? I think that's an official non-for-profit with the American House Cleaners Association. There's Cleaning for a Reason, and I believe there's another one. I can't quite recall what that name of that other third entity is. I just saw it in a flash somewhere when I was scrolling, doing whatever I was doing. But I do feel that cleaning does directly impact your mental health for sure.
it is. You cannot thrive in chaos. Every time I get into a depression spell, the first thing I'm like, yep, I'm gonna lay back down because I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
get
so
your blinders up. And I feel like maybe that's what it is that we can relate to some of these people, some of our clients. I always go in with we're always non-judgmental.
for sure.
And the dirtier the better sometimes, but some of these walkthroughs, whenever I still have to do a walkthrough, you can relate. You can see the chaos in the mom's eyes, like help. And you know that their heart is heavy and they have just put their blinders up and they have no idea and they're reaching for anything.
Right.
And
Yes.
I can definitely relate to that in so many. I think that's a part of our cleaning industry, is we can relate to how it feels whenever you're in a dark spot like that. And it does,
Yes.
believe it or not, cleaning, it uplifts, it brings a little bit of joy to your heart, like you can breathe and that heaviness is off of your heart. So,
Yes.
mhm,
Yes.
I can definitely relate to that. I can relate to that as well as our clients.
For sure. For
Mm.
sure.
It has a lot to do with the energy fields as well, because solid items take, or what appear, we won't get into the whole scientific, is this matter, is this not matter, but the energy field in your space that you reside in does impact you directly. And then depending on how your house is structured, there's a lot. Feng shui, believe it or not, feng shui plays a lot into someone's environment. So that's like the second layer. After you get it cleaned, you can have someone professionally feng shui your property and activate your prosperity section. But we're directly impacted by the energy field in our home. So that's why it's good to have house cleaning at least monthly. I know sometimes it's a budget thing, and we all hear about, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is what you charge. But the reality is for a real business, it costs money to be a legitimate business. And if you can't afford a legitimate business, do find someone that you can afford, but don't wait until it's like the city has to come in and go, oh my god. You know, 'cause
Right.
we've all seen the video footage of homes, you know, and it just goes on and on and on. There is a podcast episode that I'm interested in doing, and it was a retired detective. I believe she was in Texas, and she went through a bout of depression, and no one caught it in time, and ultimately her house filled up with all the layers, and there was dogs and cats, and they found her buried at the front door underneath 3 feet of debris. So I'm not sure how the debris
Goodness.
moved around, because I have questions, right? You know me, I'm like, well, why are you mine once? No. So it does your space does affect
Oh,
you.
it
For
does.
sure. For sure. And that's another thing to add on to
Yeah.
someone that's new. Stick to your prices. Stick
Right.
to your prices. There are people out there that will pay what you ask for
Yep.
and even more. I have clients that I charge what I charge, and I've gotten hundreds of dollars in tips. So,
There we
Right.
go. And that's the way to work it. Don't discount your worth or your the integrity of your job because in their minds they can't afford it or they don't want to pay it. There are other clients that will pay hand over fist all the time,
yes,
for sure. That what advice would you give to someone who is just starting their own cleaning business?
get ready to pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
Yeah, you can
It's a
bootstrap
journey,
it.
but it's worth it, you know. I love the flexibility and I love the impact that I make.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, I like befores and afters myself.
The before and after and the flexibility. Kid drop
Yes.
off, kid drop off, kid pickup,
Right, works for a
anything
lot
in
of us.
between, right?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta say, you know, I run with W-2 employees. So, you know, uh, that was hard to learn how to structure all that. And trust me, I've been all in Shannon's inbox all the time. Ah! Trying to remain face in front of everybody.
Yes.
Now the world knows, but I did not
It's good
always
to
have it together. I
It's
still
good to
don't.
have someone in your back pocket, though. I mean, I think back to when I stepped into this industry, we didn't have Facebook groups. We barely had Facebook. I mean, you had to
Right.
market the traditional method, which was either referrals or through the newspaper or the magazine or whatever you know, the traditional methods, which are no longer traditional. And there wasn't anybody that you could actually go to. Hey, franchise owner, I know you just paid $500,000 for your franchise. Can you help me out? It's just like
Yeah.
you had to figure it out on your own to see if it was going to work. So there wasn't Google. I mean, you could Google some things, but there wasn't a whole plethora of information. You kind of had to invent the wheel as you went. So um it's definitely a journey, and it's definitely I, there's the hardcore cleaning people like us, and because we love it and we're like totally geeky like that. And then there's other people who are like, okay, well, I'm just doing this for extra money, and it becomes a side hustle, and then it kind of grows that way. And then other people just do it temporarily. So it just depends on whatever works best for you. My only concern is that you don't do the TikTok videos with the toilet bowl cleaner.
Please.
Oh.
Just for likes. I'm like, okay, so you're putting 52 chemicals in the toilet. You live in a high-rise building. What is that doing?
Oh,
Roll the
oh,
dice for everybody down below
oh.
you. Um,
My aunt still to this day will use ammonia and bleach. I'm like, that's not magic gas. Like,
right.
stop. That is
It,
so dangerous.
it is dangerous. I don't think people realize what they're inadvertently doing to themselves. For sure.
Oh yeah. I'm
So
thinking
do you
back
think that
to,
there are any misconceptions to the cleaning industry that you'd like to clear up?
Oh, definitely.
I
Definitely.
miss some Alexandria.
We could probably have a
Uh,
whole podcast just on that, huh?
oh, yes. Probably a continuation.
Right, like part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yes.
Ooh,
Like, being just the cleaner, we're not just the cleaners. It's not an easy job. It's very backbreaking. Um, and not like in an arrogant way, but most people don't know how to clean. I mean, I admitted that like my first move out clean, oh, I am sorry. That was not, no. No,
but you learned.
definitely. And
You-
also that we're business owners with expenses, even though it may look like we made $70 an hour, it definitely was not it. If the job is paying that much per hour, imagine the expenses.
Yeah,
Right.
Over about 60 to 70% of my um, funds are taken from expenses.
yeah, just to expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's on a good month. That's if there are no flukes.
Right. That's if you guys don't mess it up, right? Because
Right.
I've eaten it on jobs. I'm like, we didn't make anything, and I just bled out money on that job. That another big conception I think is that that we don't know what we're doing. Well, some of us don't, and that we're all uneducated, and that we're all
that's my favorite.
Oh
I
yeah.
or I'm a doctor and I don't even make that an hour. Or I'm a nurse and I don't even make that an hour.
nurses are the worst. You're a
Yes.
nurse.
Oh,
It's true.
Or like it's looked down upon, like, I mean, I've done worse. I'm just saying. I used to be a CNA and yeah. Instead of cleaning the toilet, I was cleaning the mess maker itself. So
That's never pleasant either.
but yeah.
But yeah, I think that there are a lot of misconceptions with the cleaning industry, and you're probably right. We probably could have a whole podcast just based. We could bullet point them. And
good
then,
idea. I'm gonna
what
write
do you
that down.
wish? I'm sorry, Jamie. Go ahead.
No, I said that's a good idea. I'm gonna write that down.
Definitely. And what do you wish you knew when you started that you know now for all the newbies in the house?
It's in the house.
Mainly on the pricing. I really didn't realize that people really will pay your price. Of course, there are not as many that will pay as they may pay $100 for a cleaning, but you find yourself having one client sometimes that equals out to having four others. So just stick to it. And
Definitely. I
Right.
think pricing is a big
Have
one.
patience. Have patience because it will come. If they're
yes,
right, they will come. Just have some patience. I was always taught to, Shannon, um, to charge as if you had a big company. Charge like you
yes,
already have employees and you have all these huge, even if you're not there yet. Even if you're not there
yes,
yet, you I feel like you and visualize it and it starts manifesting itself. So I
yes,
have taken heed to that and always, even if I was down to two employees, it was like, you know, I have 16 employees that I need to be, this is what we charge. So I can relate to that. Yeah.
Definitely.
definitely, definitely. And definitely not learning to be kind to yourself too. Any business owner of any sort of business, you have to be able to give yourself grace because it's difficult. You're building something from the ground up. A lot of people that you think will support you may not, and you have people telling you no, no, no. You only hear these few yeses here. You make one mistake, and some people are mean. Just be kind to yourself. If you're not
It's
fortunate enough to have people around you, just
unfortunately in the industry wide, there are a lot of people who take pleasure in making you have displeasure. And we're human. I have to remind people constantly. I'm like, if we could walk, and I have to remind them, and you can say this to your own clients, if we could walk on water, we'd be doing other things. And I give blanket statement, right? Because it's true. If we could walk on water, we wouldn't be doing this.
Right.
We'd have bigger things we would be working on, right? I
Definitely.
still have yet to achieve walking on water. But you have to, it's a friendly reminder, hey, we're a human-based industry. And we make mistakes. But there's some of the stuff that people like get themselves worked up over, it's just like, seriously? Now I'm not
Yes.
discounting what the service that we're providing, but it's like the most minuscule, like little teeny weeny thing. So you have to like pacify them to, stroke, and it becomes this whole and then it becomes how to manage the humans, right? How do I manage the humans who are cleaning techs? How do I manage the humans who are my clients? And it really does become, learning the different types of personalities, and it just becomes like you push the button for this one, you push this button and this button for that one.
Yes.
It does
Yes.
become a thing after a while.
But at the end
Yes.
of the day, right? It is a great business to be in.
Oh, I love it.
It is.
It is a
Oh,
great
yes.
business to be. It's call me selfish, but it makes me feel good because we're not only able to take care of ourselves and our families, we're providing a roof over our heads. A lot of people, there's a lot of money to be made here, but there's
Yeah.
also a lot of joy to that we're giving to the community, and it just, I don't know, it's a really good business to be in. It's a lot of
It is.
it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, even though it can be stressful at moments,
Mhm.
and bootstrap, but that's with anything. It becomes, I don't know, so fun. And it's just like, oh, I'm a business owner, tap, 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 tap,
I
I
love a
think
good
you're good.
challenge. So the bootstraps is good for me. I like to.
I think that's where, uh, you too, I think that's where we shine.
Yes.
The, throw me stress, and it's like, hold my coffee. I'm coming for you.
Yes.
I think your threshold for handling things becomes higher and higher and higher, but there are a lot of good moments of being a cleaning business owner. I think the good outweighs the bad at any given time. It's unfortunate that we remember just the bad things, because there are a lot of good things, definitely.
Yes. Yes. And I do definitely remember keep those good things in mind, like being
Yes.
able to take care of my family, not having to fear losing my job, or some of my things have actually made me a better boss that I had to deal with as being an employee, try to be empathetic towards my staff, and
Right.
because
Right.
that's important. Like the boss has to be a good boss too. You gotta do our employees right. It's nothing worse than getting punished for working hard.
Right.
Right.
So
Exactly. Oh, yeah, because we've been right down in the trenches, you know?
yep.
I've done jobs like that, and I know how backbreaking it is, and I know what, you know, we know what a good employee or a good subcontractor should be worth, because it's like, I know, I see you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Definitely.
Like that.
So you're gonna add on power washing. Is there anything else you're gonna add on for Pure Elegance Cleaning Company?
Just expanding our reach. I'd like to go into more parts of Oklahoma, maybe to certain parts of Texas that aren't as far out.
You're centrally located, that's for sure. Lots of potential.
Yes.
I'm trying to see
Yes.
the demographic. What area, not exact area, but what area are you?
Service.
I'm in Oklahoma. I live like right next to a military base, and we have a bunch of small towns. So
Yeah,
my
right.
words, my words. I can't get my words out. We have a bunch of small towns surrounding us, and where we
So
are,
yeah.
we're like on the almost on the border of Texas on one side.
Oh,
So
okay. So it would be easy. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. I got you. All
like we got
right.
1 hour to get to one of the cities, and a couple of the cities actually in Texas. I don't feel like that's too bad of a drive because I want to be able to
Oh.
drive myself, if I have to, but
Right, right. No, no, that's about our service area is about an hour. So I'm trying, I would love to be able to expand the reach too. And
yes.
boy, I'm going to tell you whenever I visited Santa Clara, as soon as we pulled in, I remember my husband looking over at me, and my mouth is just drooling. He goes, "That's a lot of money, isn't it?" And I said, "Yeah." I was just like, "Can you imagine?" We actually lived in a city. Everybody comes from a small town nowadays, especially in the cleaning industry. So expanding the reach is just, boy, that's the dream.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I see myself in the future as like a Mary Mates, but
yeah.
pure
No, me
elegance.
too. But a pure elegance, right?
Yeah. Actually, in my pitch competition papers, that's you got to put down your competitors, and in my eyes, they're my competitors.
Sure.
They're mates.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I like it. That's the best way that I've heard anybody look at something like that is what you just said right there. That's your act. I mean, the only competitor I see is Dairy Maids. I love that. Yeah.
And I don't think they're as revered as they were like a decade ago or even 2 decades ago.
Yeah, I don't hear of them at all. They never come up on any of my feeds, and you know how geeked out I am on
Right.
cleaning or cleaning businesses. I never ever do I see Merry Maids.
Yeah, what is it? It's Mary Maids, Molly Maids. What's the third one? There's
You
like
only know those
there's
two.
3 M&Ms. I'm trying to remember what the third one is. But yeah, I don't see them come up on my feed either.
No, no, they're kind of weird. I don't really market anymore unless I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what
Maybe
happened there.
people market the traditional method through TV commercials. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't
In
even
my town, I get asked about them often, like, "Oh, you're like a local version." I'm like, "Thank you."
My marketing's working.
Oh, that's gotta feel good, huh? That
Yeah.
do you attend events and stuff? Are you part of any um associations there or like
Um, I I was a part of the Young Professionals of Lawton. I plan to get back there. Um, and I'm also looking towards we have a group here called the Lawton Business Women. Um,
oh, there's a lot of it seems like a lot of resources for business there.
yes.
A little more, I mean, maybe probably because I don't reach out, but I just know the small business associate or what is that? Small business. They're everywhere in America.
Yes.
We have that here, but maybe I'll look into more stuff. I'm writing as you're telling me some of this. Like, oh, should I tell?
Yeah, we have a bunch of smaller things in the community. A lot of people here are, we support each other to grow.
I love that. I love community. I do. I
Me
love
too.
community. And that is probably one of your biggest resources too, is your
Really?
community. Because
Yes,
they want to see you thrive.
they do.
And as people start seeing you and believe in you,
Yes,
especially whenever you're out and about. I just it feels good to be recognized
it
as
does.
not just and everybody knows now that, we're not just cleaning ladies. We're like professional.
Yes. That's actually my thing when I am introducing myself as I'm not just a cleaning lady.
You're not cleaning lady. You
Yeah.
would wear a t-shirt like that.
Good
No,
idea.
yeah, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, I'm writing it down myself.
Yes, I love it.
Alexandra, do you have any questions for us? We kind of covered the gamut there. I usually like to ask if you guys have any questions of us to see. There's always, you never know. We get some really good questions. So if you have something that you need to ask us, by all means, fire away.
Mm, not that I can think of. Nope.
All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank
There
you.
was a
So
guy I heard you guys talk with. Oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
Oh,
You
no.
froze for
I
a
don't.
second. Go ahead.
There was a guy that had a carpet cleaning business. I heard you guys interview him. I was
Oh,
listening while I
Ron.
was. I
Ron,
think
yeah,
so. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I like
That
Ron.
was one of my favorites. He was so like.
And
He
he had the
actually,
great stories. He had a great
Yes,
background, huh?
he does. He
Great
does.
background, yes. He was really, he was, but wait, there's more. I mean, I was all ears. I was like, no.
totally. He
Yes. And I was doing
actually,
a job while I was like, oh my goodness. I need to listen to this when I'm not at work so I can write some stuff down.
Oh, yes.
I like him. He's very honest and upfront, and he was very generous to come on the show. And I got him out of Cleaners Connect because those guys are all carpet cleaners in there. And he announced he's getting ready to retire before he hits 50. And
Oh,
Wow.
so he's going to be an absentee owner. So he actually hired a coach, a life coach, to get him back on track to see where he's going to go, so that he can get to the next level. And I was so proud of him. I think it's awesome.
Wow.
So yeah, I think
beautiful.
he told me he was going to do over 2 million this year just in carpet cleaning. He does other things as well, but I was just like,
Yeah,
wow. But yeah, I loved his story. I love the background story of it and how he just kind of came into fruition. And I love his energy. He's a good guy.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I love hearing that. I love hearing how much people listen to this and it resonates with them and it helps. That's that's our main goal, is making sure that this reaches to those people that just like you and I, Alexandria, that when we first started, we had no idea, nothing of direction or anything, and it's just we have come full circle, and this was a great meetup.
It was. It was.
A great
we
meetup. I
had
really,
some we had some good times that we
and still,
the three of us together. So I think it's awesome. I love seeing where you guys are. I love seeing where you're going to go. I love pushing you in the direction you need to be. I'm just, like I said, I'm just happy to be here. That's what I tell everyone. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just happy to be here."
okay.
Well,
But
I will
I
let you
do
guys
hope that they,
go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I just
Oh,
wanted to end with, I do hope that people do know with your classes that they really are beneficial. Also, the structure and scale. I mean, like I said, I have a bunch of them. I think I've got like 10 things on my in my courses, contract bundles. Um,
the move out clean.
yes, those my least
Yeah,
favorite.
Yeah. Oh,
there is the debrief, the move out cleaning debrief that I did, which was the first time ever. I'm gonna string another one together after I submit my
Hi,
project.
running like a superstar.
The
Yeah.
maid.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
The blueprint, or
Pricing blueprint mastermind. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Yes. A breakdown of how to price, because I think that is one of the things that you do struggle. I'm not gonna lie, that was one of the ones I probably struggled with the most, trying to figure out
still do. I
how
still
to
do.
price.
I'm actually gonna write down JotForm. Um, I'll probably talk to you a little more about that later, about how you implement it, and because I just use Jobber, and I would love to be able to not do walkthroughs. And like I said, our thing is, an hour out each way, north, south, east.
Yes.
But we can
And you
talk
can
about
use
that.
Zapier and stuff to automate.
I know you're very more techie.
Yes. Definitely reach out anytime you need me. I gotcha.
Yeah. Yes, I will. I will.
Well, on that note, thanks so much for coming on, Alexandria. It was good to see you.
You're welcome. It was good to see you too.
Take
It was
care.
awesome.
You
Thank
too.
you so much.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.